Hello, hello, world. My name is Ashley Collins. Welcome to my YouTube channel, The Breakup Diaries. I have a very special guest with me here tonight. Introduce yourself, sir.
My name is Emanuel Jackson. I am a creative, so I create a lot of stuff. So, and I'm excited to be here on here with Miss Ashley.
So tell them what you do.
Okay, so what I'm best known as, anyway, I guess, is music. I'm a singer and a writer. Uh, I do play the guitar. I also play the piano. Um, but I do a lot of different writing outside of music as well. So from self-help books that I'm working on to some novels. I'm a good storyteller. So we trying to put all of these things together and market myself as a kind of like a one-man show. You know what I mean?
That's dope. That's dope. So you don't have a team, like you're doing it all by yourself.
I do have people who I work with that I consider team. My brother Marquis, he's a photographer. He helps me out with a lot of stuff, and then I have a guy named Chris who helps me out with, like, my merchandise, my shirts and stuff. Like, he did my logo for
Oh, I
me.
like that.
Yeah.
Go back a little bit so we can see it.
Okay.
I like that a lot.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's Twilight Music, so that's me. It's with a Q. I don't know where you can see that. It's MUSIQ. But
What made you come up with that name?
so normally, like, when people say Twilight, everybody normally thinks like the show,
Yeah.
the werewolf. And then after that, after they over Team Edward or Team Jacob, then they start to kind of look at like 11:59, like the darkest time of night, that type of stuff. But actually, what Twilight is it's the transitional period between when the sun is either coming up, so like when the night is here, just before the sun breaks, or as the sun breaks, or when the sun is going down, so just before the night falls. And so it represents transition, and I was in a transitional period while I was trying to do something for me outside of working the regular 9 to 5. And, that was, I had the jobs and everything, but when it came to pursuing my dream, I was at a transitional period, and it seemed fitting. The music that I was making spoke to the transition, so I didn't want to be called transitional music, and Twilights are so pretty, so I figured Twilight music would be dope.
Wait, so how long have you been performing?
Well, performing quite a while, since I was a kid, talent shows, stuff like that. I was in ministry, so I sang on the praise team for about 10 years. Um, and as far as like where I'm at now, I've been in Jacksonville, performing around Jacksonville for about the last year and a half. So I'm sorry.
No worries, no worries. How did you discover your passion, your love for the arts?
So now that's kind of always been there. So I always had my dad listen to a lot of different people, different artists.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to a lot of different music, and I mean a lot. Uh, and my mom and her side of the family were just into music. My mom sang. She plays the guitar. She'll tell you not great, but she played it well enough to where it made for interesting times around the fireplace, stuff like that.
Wow.
Um, and so I always liked it. Wasn't always good at it. Um, I was told I wasn't a very good singer, and that singing probably wouldn't be for me.
Wow. Who told you
Yeah,
that?
my mom.
No, she didn't.
Yeah. Well, it started with my older sister, who she just told me it was nasally and so on and so forth, and so I was asking my mom to help me, and uh, she didn't really know. She was untrained, so she tried to give me a little bit of advice, and then I went away and came back like the old kung fu flicks used to do. They go off into their training and everything, and then they
Mm-hmm.
come back. And so I was like, Mom, I got it. Check it out. And I sang, and she was real quiet. She was real quiet. And she said, Son, maybe singing's just not for you. Maybe that's not your thing.
Oh
And
wow.
and so I was crushed for a little while. Now through a temper tantrum, and she gave me a piece of advice, something to try. I took that with me, and I kept singing. And the next time I heard anyone tell me that I could sing was in school. I was humming to myself, and somebody asked me, they were like, "Are you singing?" I was like, "Yeah." They asked me to sing. I was like, "Nah, you don't want to hear it." "Yeah, I really want to hear it." So I sang, and then they told everybody in the school I could sing, and so I've been singing pretty much ever since then.
That's dope. That's super dope. Um, what are some of the struggles that you encounter as an artist?
Um, for me personally, one of the biggest struggles I would have to say would be planning.
Hmm.
Um, just because I think this happens with a lot of creatives. Um, I'll get I'll get so distracted by uh, the tediousness of small tasks, things like planning and even stuff like budgeting, stuff that has to be done. You have to do it. But I
Mm-hmm.
would much rather be creating. Um, I would much rather be coming up with ideas, um, trying out different, concepts, the fun stuff. You know what I mean? The stuff that motivates me. And so as a result of that, and I feel like I'm a pretty responsible adult as far as adulting goes. But as a result of that, I push planning off a lot of times. I'm getting better at it now, but it's something that really hindered me for a long time was taking my planning and not getting it done. Uh, just because I would rather do the fun stuff. And I say, well, I'll do this tomorrow. I'll do this tomorrow. I'll do this tomorrow. And of course, tomorrows can turn into next weeks, can turn into next months,
Yeah.
and you end up looking up and you don't have anything done that you needed to get done. And you're like, oh, crap. So planning was, I say as an artist, planning is a big thing for me. Everything else is kind of external, um, things that I expect to fall away. Um, or I expect to push away, one or the other. So I don't really consider them issues. The biggest problems that I have are generally found within myself.
True, true. I had a question. Um, what is your 9 to 5? Do you still have a 9 to 5 job, or are you strictly performing?
No, 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 no. So, well, I do. Presently, I work with anybody who gets help from like the state. Um, so people who may be like bipolar or adults who may be slightly autistic. Just kind of need a chaperone, somebody to drive around and take grocery shopping, or excuse me, take to the beach, or just little stuff like that. And I hang out with my main client that I have. We hang out, we chill. He came over for Thanksgiving, and
Wow.
yeah, so stuff like that. Just building it's almost like a mentor to people who just don't get to talk to a lot of functional adults.
Yeah. That's awesome. What a rewarding job you have. Like you're talking
Yeah.
about like you hate it or something. Like I would
No,
love that.
no, no, no. Well, it's nah. It's you generally like you know a lot of people like what they do, and even some of the people that they come across. But it's just the other things outside of that, everything that comes along with the 9 to 5, and the freedom. Freedom is a big thing for me of why I push myself so hard in the music is because I want to be able to get up when I want to get up, and I want to be able to
Yeah.
do what I want to do when I want to do it. And I don't really like the idea of having to ask somebody to take a week off,
Hmm.
like to go do a life experience, to travel, or even if it's to go see like a family member or so on and so forth. I'm an adult. I feel like I should be able to say, hey, I'm going to see such and such, or I'm going to do such and such, and nobody can tell me, nah, you don't have the time. What do you mean? It's my time.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
my time. So the job is cool. Um, but I really would like to be able to have people call me to come play at a wedding, or to come play in a casino, or whatever the case may be. And then I'd be able to get up and go do that. Especially since I believe in music and what it does and what it represents to people and for people.
Awesome. What was your most fun? I feel like I should record this. We're gonna do an Inception thing that I like to do.
Okay.
It's gonna be a video within a video.
Okay.
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 Are we? Do we follow each other on Instagram?
Yes.
Okay. Word.
You don't know that because you're a real celebrity, and
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like
Right. Don't tell people that lie.
I'm like a fake
Don't tell people
celebrity.
that
So.
lie. Okay. What was your most fun gig that you've done so far?
Oh man, I've had a lot of fun gigs. Um, Probably I just speaking something of recent. It was a really fun gig at the zoo. I got to the Jacksonville Zoo,
Yeah.
and I got to play with some of my brothers. The zoo is always fun, depending on who you get there. Sometimes you get, uh, me, maybe a keyboard and a saxophone, and then sometimes you get like a full band. A keyboard, drums, bass, uh, a little bit of guitar. So that's fun. Any gig that I do with Will Oliver, who's another artist outside of Jacksonville, those are pretty fun. He's a younger guy, very energetic. Um,
I gotta look him up. Will Oliver.
yeah, William Oliver Jr. or he goes by the Will to Live. You can find him. He's gonna be an American Idol contestant out of Jacksonville. So everybody in Jacksonville needs to make sure we need to make sure we push him and we support him.
Well, I'm
Real
glad I
positive.
recorded this part then. I'm so glad I recorded this part. I'm gonna tag him in this. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yes, William Oliver Jr. or The Will to Live. You can find him either one of those. But yeah, so I have a good time at gigs with him and JB. It's my bass player, and he clown all day.
Do you
So
guys like plan what you're gonna do, or you guys just like jam, or like what do you guys? How do
oh
you guys
no, no, no.
play?
We try to go up there with we go up there with a set list in mind.
Mhm.
We at least have. I mean, now we've been playing with each other for a little while, so we have a good amount of songs that we know that any of us can say, hey, let's do such and such, and we kind of know that we have that. But yeah, we'll have a list. If people ask, hey, can you play this? Can you play that? I'm so top 40. Like I've been told I was weird a great majority of my life. But like I said, my dad listened to everything. My older sister, who was a huge influence on me, she listened to everything. So I'll sing some alternative songs at my shows, some rap, some soul, some R&B. I'll do some Ed Sheeran, some Lady Gaga, some Amy,
Yes.
you know, uh, and then I'll turn around and give you, Brian McKnight and John Legend and Stevie Wonder. So it can really go all over the board. But man, I gig with some characters. I gig with some characters. So most gigs are fun. To answer your question and not cop out, most gigs are fun. Uh,
But
probably the zoo gig. The zoo gigs are, normally the most fun. It's a little more free. It's a lot of people. I like playing with the kids. It's a lot of kids that come out. So and they dance. Kids dance. So I like talking to the kids and getting them to dance and you know do stuff. They remember it.
you're very personable. You don't
Oh,
get that a lot with artists. A lot of them
oh,
are like, I don't like people. I don't want to talk to people. You know?
no, no, no. I love people. I love people.
Yeah, right. People
Yeah.
are awesome. I like that. I like that. Okay, tell us about your worst gig.
My worst gig. Let's see. Now this will probably have to be. I don't know if I want to call it bad, but I've had some gigs where I've wanted to get through.
I feel that though. That makes sense.
Yeah, I've had some, like for whatever reason, either before the gig starts or throughout the gig. So let me go ahead and say this, since I can do this. This is the kind of guy that I am. I like to tell people the truth. I'm
Hmm.
pointing at y'all with this pen, but I the audience uh, will affect how long somebody, an entertainer wants to stay in front of you.
Yup, yup.
When we out there asking for, participation or how y'all doing, a hand clap or whatever, and everybody just kind of like, mm, you know, people will tell us all the time, "Oh man, I really enjoyed it. It was this, it was that, it was this, it was that." But if you don't give that type of energy and that type of fee, even a smile, sometimes you just look up there and smile. That helps out. Um, but I mean, shoot, man, I shouldn't feel like I'm doing a funeral if we there to have a good time. Like, you got all dressed up and put your face on, got your makeup on, did your hair. A lot of times you brave the rain to come out the house. You get out, you in there. I'm in front of you. I ain't the handsomest dude in the world, but I'm okay to look at. Hopefully there's some other guys in the bar in the facility. Guys, the same thing. You put your nice clothes on. You actually took a bath today.
Oh
You know
no.
what I'm saying? Yeah, you brushed your teeth. You combed your hair. You might have went and got your line up. Whatever it is. You wearing your fresh shoes that you had just went and bought. And then y'all come in there. Y'all sit down and y'all just trying. Them be the gigs I be wanting to get out of. And everybody is just kind of looking and just kind of chilling. Those are the gigs and I've had some of those. Um, they can be. It just makes it feel like you wasting their time. You
Yeah.
want to have people enjoy whatever it is that you're giving them. So if it doesn't seem that, it's kind of like, oh man, they not having a good time. And it's
Hmm.
hard for me to have a good time in doing that as well. So one of my worst gigs would definitely have to be one of those. I can tell you one specifically was at a church.
Hmm.
Yeah. And I just don't think they wanted to be there. Yeah,
The
I don't.
irony.
Yeah, I don't think they wanted to be there. But I remember that. Yeah, I remember being ready to. I think everybody was ready to go though. I wasn't the only person singing. So I think everybody was kind of ready to go. Even the people who came, even the people who came. So
Sorry, I got sneeze.
go ahead, let it out. Let
No,
it out.
I'm gonna hold it in. Okay, who are your idols?
Okay, idols, idols, idols. Well, I don't really know. I guess that word means different things to different people. I can tell you who who my influences are.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
or people who I would really like to work with. Um,
Ooh, yeah.
so I grew up on, your Stevie Wonders and, like I said, your Lionel Richies and, even, like the Gap Band, the Isley Brothers. My dad did a lot of that stuff. He was real big into jazz. But Babyface ended up being like one of my biggest influences.
Wow, really? Yeah,
Yeah,
no, honestly, like Babyface is like he's brilliant, and I feel like we
right.
kind of forgot that past the '90s.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And
Yeah.
from what I understand, like Ariana Grande's first two albums, I think Babyface was very heavily involved in the writing.
Wow.
Yeah, so
That.
he's been doing things for a long time. And he's wrote for a lot of people from the Whitneys to the Mariahs to the Tony Braxtons, the Boys, the Men's. He wrote the '90s. You know,
Yeah, basically,
yeah,
basically, he did.
he
Yeah.
wrote yeah. He wrote for Madonna. Michael. He just all over the board. But Babyface is big for me. There's a guy, another writer that I really really admire, and I hope I get to work with him one day. His name is Brad Paisley.
I know Brad Paisley.
Yeah, man, that dude is
I know
cold,
Brad
man.
Paisley. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's a cold guy right there. Mm.
Sorry.
And I hear he's a pretty good guy. Same with Kenneth, Mr. Edmonds. Um, I like current artists. Oh, Jim Croce. I don't know if you know who that is. Almost nobody knows who Jim Croce is.
Jim
Like,
Croce.
yeah, like older European people know. Uh, older white people know who Jim Croce is a lot of times. He,
Croce.
yeah, Croce.
I like his look. I'm digging his look.
Yeah, man. He was a good musician. He had wrote a song. One of his better songs or more familiar songs is "Bad Bad Leroy Brown."
Mm-hmm.
Baddest man in the whole downtown, better than old King Kong. Yeah, that was his jam. Uh, he had a song called Operator. that was a really really good song. Photographs and Memories was really big, but he has a really mellow guitar
Mhm.
playing style, really melodious, and he's really good writer.
Wait,
So
sorry, I'm cutting you off. No, I'm
no,
gonna let
no.
you finish, and then I'm gonna cut you off.
All right, Kanye.
So finish telling us who you would like to work with now.
Okay, Bruno,
Word,
um, Ed
word.
Sheeran.
Yes, definitely.
Um, if I get a chance to, I would definitely still work with either Brad or Babyface. Uh, I like it's not all it's I mean it's not all music, but Jay-Z. Jay-Z is also a person who look up to extremely. You know, I follow him. I follow him closely. I but that's even outside of the music. You know, but yeah, if he hit me up and he like, hey man, let me hop on the track.
Wait, who? Who?
Jay-Z.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Jay-Z
Yeah.
messaged you.
No, no, no. If he does, it's on.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Yeah.
let's
So
speak it into existence.
that's right, Jigga. If you hear this, you know, hit your boy up. I'm real easy to find, man. I'm real easy to find. We could build some stuff. I like him because of his building mentality. I would like to do some work with Jamie Foxx, um, just because I think he's dope. And then also Childish Gambino,
Oh
or
yeah,
Donald Glover. Donald Glover, you know.
yeah.
Um, and then there's a whole lot of people that's out that people know of, kind of like your Daniel Caesars, your her. Your Tori Kelly's. I've been on Tori Kelly since, like back in the day before
But
she was on
American Idol,
Simon.
right? Like, was she on
Yeah,
American Idol
yeah.
or The Voice?
It was American Idol. Simon told her no. Yeah, Simon
Hmm.
told her no. Yeah, but that girl can go. She
Yeah,
can
she's a
go.
great voice.
Yeah, she can go. And then there's a chick called Yeba, I believe is how you pronounce her name. Yebba.
Never heard
Um,
of her.
but yeah, you should check out. You'll like her. You'll like her. I think you'll like her. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before.
Okay, so YBBA. Wait, YEBBA.
Yes. Yeah, you're gonna be pleasantly surprised. Anybody watching this who doesn't know, they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, man, he turning me on to some people." Yeah, she dope.
So next to the similar artist, they have her like next to like Aretha Franklin. So that's definitely a compliment. So she must be pretty dope.
She's cold. I wouldn't have put her next to Aretha. I would have put her. Man, she's cold. You just gotta. Do you know any gospel artists?
Yeah.
Uh, she sings. I just drew a blank. She sings with PJ Morton. She's dope. She's got a real soulful voice.
Hmm.
Surprisingly, almost like a Brandy type of voice. Uh, oh, tell you what, she's a cross between Adele
Uh-huh.
and people gonna kind of flip out, like Jasmine Sullivan.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I can see
yeah,
that.
yeah. She's a cross between
Oh man,
between.
that was my anthem that year that came out. Lions and Tigers and Bears. Oh my god.
Oh, okay. I'm glad it was that one and not the bust your windows out the car.
No, that was my anthem too. That
Oh my god.
that was a very sad year for me. It
Oh
was,
my
she came out at the perfect time.
god. So she gave you that release. Busting the
Yeah.
windows out the car would make you unafraid of lions, tigers, and bears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Why was I so okay. Um how old were you?
I am 59.
Shut up.
Yeah,
No, you're not.
yeah.
No, you're fucking not. Sorry. No, you're not, bro. Shut
No,
up.
I'm
Why are you
35.
lying to everyone?
I'm 35. I'm 35.
Oh, okay. Like, yo, you found the fountain of youth, son. Share it with us.
Yeah, she was like, oh my God, I brought a geezer onto my
No,
show.
no.
She was about to apologize to y'all and stuff. Like, look, y'all, I didn't know that he was that
No,
old.
no, no.
I wouldn't have done that.
Like you look, you don't even look 30 though.
Well, thank you.
I thought
Thank
you
you.
were like 20.
Nah. I've no. I've got a song out called 30 that I wrote almost 6 years ago now. I'm almost 36.
Wow.
But I wrote a song to celebrate my 30th birthday and everybody's 30th birthday. So
Oh, I'm gonna listen to it on my birthday then, because I'm turning 30 this year.
okay. I
Uh,
mean, you can listen to it before your birthday too, but
oh no,
yeah, I
no, of
definitely
course, of course, of course.
I'll send you the SoundCloud link or I mean, it's on LinkedIn, it's on iTunes, it's on, Google Play. So yeah, I send
Yeah,
it.
send me the link so I can like get emotionally prepared because I'm sure there'll be lots of tears. I'm not looking forward to it.
I mean, 30 will look good on you. You'll be all right. You'll be
Hmm.
all right. Trust me, you'll be all right.
Okay. What was the next thing? Okay. What are some things that you beat yourself up about?
Uh,
We don't talk about
okay,
that enough. We always talk about like our accomplishments, but like we need to see that, hey, I have insecurities too, just like every other human being.
absolutely. I don't say no enough.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, it puts me behind a lot of times. Uh, it allows me to get a lot done for other people, but very little for myself.
Hmm.
And that's not a great thing
Mm-hmm.
because other people aren't gonna help me the way that I'm gonna help me.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that I'm realizing. So learning to say no is a big thing that like anytime I overbook myself, I'm pretty much beating myself up about that. Like, dang man, I knew I had to do this. Why didn't I tell myself this? Or why didn't I say no to this? Or why didn't I? So saying no would be a big one for me. Um, getting better. I push myself to get better. Uh, and that can be a little. I can be a little rough on myself, I guess. With that. Uh, as far as like the time, or how come I didn't get this faster, or how come I can't get this, soon enough? Why am I struggling with this, or why am I struggling with that? I beat myself up on those types of things, and then I give you one personal one. Is I wonder about my parenting. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's probably one of my biggest wonders and what ifs is, I wonder a lot about my parenting and how I'm doing, the type of kids that I'm raising, the type of individuals, the type of people that I'm raising. Um and you can be wrong every day. It's very easy to be wrong every day. And so when you see people every day, they can get used to seeing you be wrong. If you're one of
Yeah.
those people who are more consistently wrong, and so then sometimes we can get a little familiar with each other, and we don't value each other. Uh, we don't appreciate each other, and that comes off more so in our actions. And I never want my kids uh, to feel like I'm somebody who they can't trust to either talk to or to provide for them or to just be there. You know what I mean? So certain things, if I miss certain things or I'm unavailable during certain times, that's something that I beat myself up about. But I think that's most parents, and that's probably something that I'm gonna do for the rest of my life. So yeah, it's all good.
So that's so awesome. That's so like awesome and vulnerable. Thank you for sharing that with us. That was really awesome. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you for your honesty.
No, of course.
What advice do you give to someone who wants to be a creative?
To create, um, master something. Uh, something that I didn't get early on. I kind of felt like if I was good enough, it would kind of come to me. Um, I would sit there and play something over and over again and feel like, well, if this is what I'm really supposed to be doing, I shouldn't have to work this hard at it. So I became a jack of all trades and a master of none. Um,
Yeah.
and it took me to get into my 30s and to have to peel back and to redo some things in my life before I realized that you need mastery. you have to master skills. You know, you can be really good at something, but if you don't take the time and you don't invest that time into mastering what it is that you're good at, especially if you enjoy it, it shouldn't be a problem in you putting that time in to master it. Um, but master something. Master one thing first, and anything doesn't matter what it is, and then master another, and then master another, and then master another. Um, don't start moving on until you're pretty close to mastery. Till you get to once you get to the point to where somebody has to pay you for what you do because you do it so well,
Yeah.
uh, then that gift will allow you to be able to pour time into your other gifts, and because people have to pay you to do what you do because you do it so well. You took that time and you invested that time into mastering it. So for a creative, it can be really easy to jump from one project to another. There's a lot of good advice out there for people, what's your advice for this? Anybody who wants to sing or anybody who wants to paint or anybody who, a lot of people give good advice. My contribution, to you or to anybody who would listen would be to master something, figure it out, lock something down, master it, get really good at it, and uh,
Mhm.
and then move on to other things. It'll make your life easier and it'll progress you a lot further, a
Dope,
lot sooner.
dope, dope, dope. Um, what's the impact you want to leave on the world?
uh, we don't have that kind of time. In a nutshell, we're all here together. We all share this rock.
Yeah.
Um, People are hurting.
Yeah.
Everybody got something that they're dealing with.
Yeah.
Um, everyone has issues. Everyone has fears, insecurities. Uh, I want to remind people to be kind to each other. You know, um, I don't have to agree with you on everything you say. I'm not going to, um, and that's okay. That's okay. But I don't have to hate you for disagreeing with me, and you don't have to hate me for disagreeing with you. It's and I try to point these things out. Not only do I, I'm also a life coach.
Mhm.
So I try to point these things out through my music, but also through life coaching and through mentoring. Like when I'm able to put my hands on the younger generation and mentor through them. The message that I try to give out is, you never know when you're gonna need somebody.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't want to make a habit of making enemies. You know, uh, you want to make as many friends or at least as many connections as you can. People who you can help somewhere down the line, and people who can help you somewhere down the line. And if things work that way, it's just a much easier model. It's a more sustainable model to me for the preservation of life than pulling against each other. So, the impact that I want to leave is I want to be able to live and influence others to live that same type of life. Uh, a lifestyle of understanding that we're all here, we're all different, but it doesn't have to be. We operate on such extremes. It's, using politics from the left to the right. It's kind of like, well, if you don't agree with this, then that automatically makes you this. It automatically means you feel this way about it because you
Yeah.
feel, and it's like, nah, man, it's we're people. There's a lot of variables in there. You know what I mean? There are a lot that there's exceptions to the rule.
Have
You
you thought
know,
about running?
have I thought about who running?
Yeah.
No, no,
Why?
no. uh, I'm I don't think I'm cut out. I love people too much to run for politics, to be in
No, but
politics.
that's exactly what we need, though. Like the fact that like you care about those who are less able than others. The fact that like you care about people in general. The like I don't know. Like not trying. I'm not trying to peer pressure you, but you should do
No,
it.
do that. Pressure me to do anything that you feel is positive. But like what we see is we end up with people like Bernie. You see how good of a politician Bernie is.
Mhm.
And I think Bernie genuinely cared about people. You know what I mean? Genuinely cares for people.
Yeah.
But he doesn't make a great politician. You know,
Yeah.
um, uh,
But we don't
because
need
of that.
politicians in the office anymore, though.
Oh yeah, I mean, shoot, Trump didn't open the door for me, so you might be right.
Honestly, though, like if he can do it, I can do anything I want. You
You absolutely, and I hope you do.
know?
Yeah, I hope you do. Shoot, it's not even. I'm not as impressed as Trump becoming president as I am with the whole taxes thing. Uh,
You said
because
tech.
anybody the whole taxes thing because anybody who's ever had the IRS after them, that's no small feat to
Hmm.
be able to escape the clause of back taxes and repossessions and so on and so forth. But nah, running for politics. I talked about it to a guy one time when I was in my early 20s. I asked him how he got into politics. He was like, just like you did, just ask about it. And that was about the most involved that I got with considering to run.
Okay.
But
Well,
who
you have my
knows?
vote if you do. You have my vote if you do.
All right, all right. I'm not too far. I mean, 35. Would I have to be like 50? How do you
No,
have to be
you have to be 35.
for the presidency?
Yeah, or 35 or 36. Yeah, Obama was the youngest, but like that's like the age limit. Like that's how old you're supposed to be.
Okay.
No,
All
don't
right.
quote me on he was the youngest. Don't quote me on that because yeah, I don't think he was the youngest.
I
Don't quote.
wasn't gonna quote you on any of that, but that's cool. That's cool.
He was one of the youngest. One of
Okay,
the
okay.
youngest. But okay, I'm done peer pressuring you. Is there anything else that you want to leave us with?
Uh yes. Um
Who is that in your background? I'm sorry. That's been distracting me the whole time.
who is what that little over here in this corner? Like right
Yes.
there?
Yes.
All right, so man. All right, so the room isn't like in the best of condition because of Christmas and stuff. But all right, so this is the Wizard of Oz.
From Wizard
So
of Oz.
yeah, you see all of this stuff in here. So this is like my mom's little.
Your mom painted that?
She didn't, but she
Oh,
had it. She had it painted.
okay.
Yeah, she had it painted. So it's like a little mural in her room, and here's Dorothy and the Tin Man
Oh
and
my God.
all those people. And I'm not sure if you can see this very well because it's dark, but this is the
Oh
wizard.
my God, that's creepy.
Yeah, so they keep it covered. My daughter don't too much like it and stuff, but
Oh,
they keep it covered. But yeah, had all of that stuff on done. So that's what that is. That's him when he came through the little door.
yeah. Oh man, I want my room painted now. That'll make me so
Uh,
happy.
I got some watercolors that I can bring over and we can throw
Oh, I
them up
can't
on.
paint.
It's just watercolors, we I can't either, but I mean we can paint the walls. You didn't say you wanted to paint the wall. Yeah. Now I get to show everybody how cheesy I am at the end of the interview and stuff, how corny I am. Be like, oh, he's not that cool.
Man, now you got me thinking. Like, I'd love to because I have quotes all in my room, but like they fall
Mhm.
off. The post-its fall off. So like, I would love to like paint them on my wall.
Right. The ones that really mean something to you,
Yeah,
especially.
it's so crazy because like the ones that don't matter have fallen off, but like these ones, like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, them the troopers. Yeah, I mean that's dope. There's people who paint these murals. I know a couple of them. Um, that'd be pretty easy to do. Are you? Yeah, I mean, hopefully it'll be in a place where you don't plan on having to paint over it for a while because it could be a little difficult to get off.
Oh
But
no, no.
yeah,
All right. So I cut you off. What
okay,
did you want to add anything else for us?
I'm good. I mean, I enjoyed it. Thank you for having me. Yeah, thank you for having me on. For anybody who wants to get in touch with me,
Yes,
can be
plug
done so
yourself.
through
Plug yourself.
through Emanuel Jackson, Emanuel Jackson. For those of you who are somewhat challenged, that's Jackson. Twilight Music, MUSIQ.
Wait, so you have a
You can,
Facebook page for that?
yes, I do, and an Instagram.
So you have a personal account and uh
Yeah, I do. I do. The Twilight music, it's Twilight Emanuel Jackson music. It's like a business page on Facebook. On
Mm-hmm.
Instagram, Twilight Music is the account, and then I have another personal account, but I do more so through Twilight Music now.
Wow, you're super popular, bro.
Am I?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Don't act like you're surprised. Oh, and I love those new photos that you did. Your brother did that?
Uh, no, actually, the newer ones I did myself. So those were bathroom selfies.
No,
You know
it's
what I mean?
not.
Yeah, they were
No, it's
bathroom.
not.
Real talk. Real talk. I decided to go on a. All right, so I mean, since we're off, I guess I could tell you. So this is what happened. I went out with my brother to do a. He went to do an event. He was doing photography for an event, a motorcycle event.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so I was kind of dressed up. It was cold, so I put on some some decent clothes. And all night I was like, man, we got to take some pictures because I'm trying to get a following and stuff like that. And so I'm trying to be more active on my social media, post more, that whole rigmarole. And I was like, I don't never take any pictures. I just kind of go out and then come back. And so excuse me, got back at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oof.
Was tired, was extremely tired because it was out there. It was out there in like St. Augustine.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so I was tired, but I'm looking at myself like in these clothes, and I'm like, man, I ain't take no pictures. I ain't post like I was supposed to post.
Wait, so that this is you out all night?
Yeah, and no pictures.
I
Yeah.
hate men sometimes.
So I said, you know what? I'm about to figure this little thing out on my camera on my phone, the little selfie mode. They get the little timer and stuff. And I said, I'm just gonna take me a couple of pictures and pick from them. And so that's what I did. So I went into the bathroom in my clothes, set up my phone, and just started taking pictures. I hit it, set it up to where it would take multiple pictures at a time, and then I just got silly. You know what I mean? I did things that I normally wouldn't do in front of the camera because nobody else was gonna see the pictures except for me. I could
Mm-hmm.
delete, so that made me a lot more comfortable. And then I came out with some pretty decent pictures. I slapped them together, and I was like, hey, so I threw that out there. People liked it. I got good, people were really receptive to it. So I said, well, shoot, anytime I go out and I don't get pictures, I'll just take them in the bathroom. So, and it turned out good, looked almost professional.
It
So,
looks super professional.
bathroom selfies,
Must be nice to be a guy. You can just like take pictures whenever, like you guys don't sweat or anything like that.
You don't sweat. Oh, okay. You can hook it up too. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can hook it up too. I saw you in your little kitchen. It must be nice to be a guy. Man,
Yeah.
let me tell you what y'all can do. All right. Y'all can post one picture and get like over 300 likes
Yeah, right.
in
Not
under in under an hour. I'd be like, man, it take me so long to get my likes up. You know what I'm saying? If I hit 100, I'd be like, doing, doing something, man. You getting there? You getting there?
you have
So
like 5,000 followers though.
yeah, but they ain't all active.
Mm.
Yeah, they're not all active.
Those
So
are the worst.
yeah, I'm going through and vetting them. I heard something the other day that said if Facebook is still around by 2030, that there will be more dead profiles of people who are dead than profiles of people who are living.
That's nice.
10 years away.
I don't want to. They gave me a little bit of panic. Okay, so follow you on Facebook, Instagram. You said you have a LinkedIn.
Uh, no, don't follow me on LinkedIn. You're not
Okay.
gonna get me. Not right now. Uh, but yeah, Facebook, Instagram. I am on Twitter under the
Oh,
same
word?
thing.
Are you active on
Twilight.
Twitter?
I'm getting better.
Twitter's a
uh,
rabbit hole. Twitter's a rabbit hole. You can just be scrolling, scrolling, scrolling.
See, that's
Oh,
how I feel
okay.
about Instagram.
This is some great news.
Mm,
Wow.
see,
Okay, I'm not gonna say this out loud because I don't want to ruin anyone's mindset. I'm sure it's gonna be all over the news in like 2 seconds.
Mm.
Okay, I can find you right now. Your name is super common.
Yes, it is. But there's only one me. Do not be fooled.
Why can't I find you? It's Emanuel Jackson, right?
On which one?
Twitter.
Oh no. Twitter is Twilight Music. I'm sorry. I do have an Emanuel Jackson. That one is not active.
We'll delete it.
Yeah, you're probably right. Who knows? Maybe one day I need to get back on under my alias. My real name will be my alias.
I can't find you.
Okay.
Well, add me.
I will. What is your Twitter handle?
The Aunt of Dragon.
Oh, okay. Same as your Instagram.
Yep.
Do your people know where the Aunt of Dragon comes from?
I hope they do by now. I've said it like so many times.
Okay.
Why are you a Game of Thrones fan?
Yeah. I
What? No,
watch.
you're not.
Yeah, I watch. So I'm a fan of good writing, and it's extremely good writing.
Same. Because it's very rare.
Yeah, yeah, it's extremely good writing. It's not very cheesy, and
So for those people that are watching on in Jacksonville, do you have any upcoming gigs that people can go to?
Uh, no. So I've kind of canceled a lot of gigs. I was at Breezy first and third Wednesdays. Um, that's going to be put on hold for a while because I got some other exciting stuff that's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
I'll keep you abreast of that. Um, I do perform though, still at Breezy's. You can catch me with the band Pressure, JB and Will Oliver, the guy who I was telling you about. Some of the places where they go, I'll pop
Okay,
you
what's
in the
his
scene
name?
with them.
Let me add him
Um,
right now.
William Oliver Jr. is on Facebook, and the band Pressure, I think, is Facebook too. That's the band.
I feel like I've seen him before.
Probably have. Will gets around. He be around. He doing his thing.
I feel like I've seen him before.
Yeah, he
And then
definitely
obviously
doing his
everyone
thing.
knows Jaren. He's like so popular.
Will.
Jaren,
Oh yeah, Jarwin. Yeah,
literally everyone knows him.
yeah.
He should be like mayor of Jacksonville.
He should run.
He's like have all of Jacksonville run by musicians. Bam,
Yeah.
that's the answer. That's the
Hey,
answer. That'll
I
solve
think that,
all the problems in the city.
that that
That
would solve a lot. That would solve a lot. I mean, think about the musicians and stuff. You know what I mean? The Marvin Gaye's, brother, there's too many of you. You know what I mean? We sung about the positive stuff. You got your, yeah, Michael Jackson's. We are the world. We are the children. Telling you, man, you let musicians run the world. We might be all right. We might learn how to love each other.
like instead of fighting, let's just think about it. I like
That's it.
that idea.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
All
Let
right.
somebody make a beat to it.
Thank you so much for chatting with us, Emanuel.
Yes, ma'am.
Definitely check him out. Amazingly phenomenal musician. I am right now currently in Jacksonville, Florida. I don't like to announce where I am, but cat's out the bag. But there are a lot of such talented, and I say that word, and I feel like I'm being disrespectful because it has so much more to do with talent. It has so much more to do with their giving away their skills majority of the time for free because they love it, and also because they find the purpose and the joy in sharing arts with the community. So definitely give him a follow, give him a like, give him a share, blah blah blah. Thank you so much for chatting. Thank you so much for viewing, guys. Happy Martin Luther King Day, or whatever day that you're watching this. Happy whatever day that ends with a Y. Thanks, guys.